Hello, everyone. Welcome to Think Her Page. Today we have a very special guest with us. She is a doctorate in English, a writer, a social entrepreneur, a fellow feminist, co founder of Women on Wheels, and a really good friend of ours, Marjan.
Thank you, Parvati.
She's someone with lot of passions, but today we're mostly here to talk about her present passion project, which is Women on Wheels. To tell you in a one line what Women on Wheels is, it's a driving school that is specifically catering to women. And this is not the best part. It gets better. Where they stand out is actually in their vision and where they are the approach towards learning. So let's hear more about what they do and what their vision is from Marjan herself. Marjan, my first question to you: why did you start WOW?
Thank you, Parvati, for inviting me here. Women on Wheels is a women's driving academy, or rather, a driving academy that focuses on women's mobility and larger development, larger empowerment. So, 3 years ago, when I thought of starting this initiative, uh, it was just out of an expectation or a hope, or more like a trial, I would say, to see, just to know if we could teach or if we could impart learning skills to a different approach. One reason for that is like it was few years, it was during the corona or just after the pandemic that I went to learn driving. And when I went, I realized that like some of the approaches or the way it is being taught in our surroundings, like they require a lot more modifications or changes or a lot more inclusivity. So, like one reason for it is that um, like most of the times, women get to learn driving only at a later stage of their lives, which is changing in the recent times. But
Thankfully.
the general scenario is that most of us don't get an early exposure to vehicles. On the other hand, boys or men in our locality or in Kerala or India, for that matter, they get to know about the functionings and the entire mechanics or all about driving at an earlier stage, maybe like at least from an early adolescence. So at an age that is more supportive for learning. So opposed to this, in the case of women, women get to learn driving at a later stage, maybe in 20s, 30s, 40s. So there is this gap in learning, in driving, right?
Yeah.
So this is what we try to address, like considering the reality, considering this gap in the age, and this gap in the experiences. How do we teach learning to women through a different approach that is more friendly to them, or that is more supportive and considerate of their existing situations?
Wow, that's really nice. But like you mentioned that the experience is different for men and women, the driving
Exactly.
experience. Can you tell us little more like how it is different, how the experience of driving is different for women specifically?
See, I would never say that these two genders have different skills or different ability to learn. No, that's not the case. I think it's mostly because of the way it is being perceived. The way driving has always been perceived as a skill that is associated with men or male. And like nobody has told us, like until recent times, nobody has told us that driving is a skill that can be easily acquired by women. So there is always this gender stereotype around that,
Yes.
and which is exactly why there is a lot of fascination around women driving or women riding bullets. So what we see is that we can if we are generalizing, we can say that we have a first or second generation of women driving right now.
Yes.
So on one hand, there is a lot of excitement. There is a lot of celebration around women driving. But when it comes to the reality, We also see that many women they have to struggle to come out of their house and to seek mobility. They have to go through lot of like permissions and
Yeah.
lot of other obstacles. So the in that way, the experience of women and men are like quite different. So just like any other skill, like I think if you're learning to cook at an earlier stage, that's a different story. But then when we go to when we begin or pick up cooking skill or any other skill at 30 or 40, it becomes a little more difficult for us,
Difficult
right?
one.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think it's the same story. So
Yeah.
the skill has not been passed to our foremothers, or this is an absolutely new skill for most of us. We have not seen many of our women, many of our mothers or grandmothers driving. So this is a beginning in some sense. So
Yeah.
it comes with its own difficulties and its own confusions.
Yeah. Adding to that is probably the judgment, the concern that will be associated with it. Like if
Yeah.
you're on that, like I drive, and there's a usually some kind of a judgment or like people give you free advices automatically as they see you in the driving seat. Like they assume that probably you require advice. There's some amount of concern. ചെലപ്പോ ഇടിക്കും. അങ്ങനത്തെ there is some
Mm-hmm.
caution when there is a women
Exactly.
riding. Uh, I mean, I think most that comes to me saying that I think roads in India specifically are more sexist. And how, as a driving school, how do you tackle this? How do you help students tackle this?
See, this is not something that we can easily tackle, I think. Uh, the first step to this is to understand or to acknowledge that roads in India are uh, not that supportive, or they are in general sexist in nature for women. So it is very important that we understand this, we understand the politics of this, because only from such an understanding we will be able to find ways to tackle it. So
Yes.
when I see someone giving me unsolicited advices or rude looks, like having this knowledge that Indian roads are this way, it will help me like find confidence in my driving. Yeah, I would be able to understand that the problem is not me. The problem is the one who is looking at me. Problem is the patriarchy that we see around. So.
Yes.
um this knowledge is very important. Like as far as we are concerned, to every single student, we tell them that no matter how many comments you get, no matter how many looks you get, you have to do what you're doing, right? Like
Yeah.
there is no requirement to like there is no need to be frightened or to give attention to those comments or random looks on the road. Instead, we ask them to go ahead with the learning process, and we give them the support and encouragement to go ahead with their learning lessons. So this is one large issue. Like sexism on road is one huge issue, and we see like they're being called by names, like especially if there is any kind of like minor accident or crash on road, the first immediate assumption will be it is done by, if there is some woman involved in the scene, the assumption would be it is because of her. We have also got a lot of inquiries, like randomly people are say like ask us like some people are suspicious about the training quality because they've asked us like ശരിക്കും പെണ്ണുങ്ങൾക്ക് പഠിപ്പിക്കാനൊക്കെ പറ്റുമോ, like are they good teachers or are they good trainers, like these kind of questions we do
You
face
get
from.
it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, we are surprised because we know
Yeah.
for sure that women are safe drivers and then women are good drivers.
Yeah.
Like, considering the data around road rage, we see
Yeah.
that women
Statistically,
are
also, I think women have caused less accidents, I believe, as
exactly,
compared to.
exactly very less accidents and like more responsible in many situations.
Of course.
But we acknowledge that both men and women, like many of us are not aware of existing road rules and similar road signs, etc. The general
Yeah.
lack of awareness is there,
Yeah.
but that is not specific to any gender.
Gender. Yeah.
Yeah, like the kind of lack of awareness regarding driving and regarding road related regulations, uh, that is that is so scary. The
Mm.
problem is that we don't have any proper mechanism that teaches us, roads are changing, but nobody's teaching how to drive in the roads, right?
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
that's a serious issue, but that is in no way related to gender or women or men specifically.
Yeah. Nice. Your school is basically motivating kids to overcome that, motivating students to overcome that kind of a barrier. Yeah, I think the first step would be motivation itself because we cannot change the roads as such now. If they are sexist, they are sexist, but you have to just become more brave enough to tackle them, face them,
But
or
Parvati, things are changing in the sense that I think in 5 or 10 years, with better representation on road, definitely there will be a change, and the change is going to happen in a very rapid pace. Like it wouldn't be as like slow change. A lot of women are going on road, and like it would not be very far. Like how long will they stare at us? Maybe
yeah,
few
of
more
course.
years. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
After
And it
that, they will
becomes,
have to. Yeah,
yeah,
but then it's not that all men are discouraging women's driving. No, that's not the case. We have many parents or many partners who come to us with their partners, and they are they are like actually very supportive of their wives or their
yes.
daughters learning driving. So that's a different story. But in general, this is the case, and I hope we all hope that in the coming years there will be a better awareness. There will be some
Yeah.
kind of change in this.
And thanks to schools like you, probably there'll be more women driving on roads more confidently. So we'll, when it becomes a common scenario, we'll not be stared at, will not be judged as much as we are now. So yeah.
Yeah, it's not
Moving
just in
ahead.
the roads, right? We get this in most public spaces. There is this this
Yeah.
kind of staring that gives us the idea that you don't belong here. You get
Yeah.
in every corner, like ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മളെ നാട്ടിലൊക്കെ ഏതെങ്കിലും പാടത്തൊക്കെ പോയിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ even there we get it, right?
Yeah.
Like some small tea shop you get it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
this is a
I think
general thing.
after a
Yeah.
certain time, even movie theaters, you go. I think after a certain time, anywhere you go, probably you are out of place. You're
Yeah,
not supposed
yeah,
to be.
exactly, exactly. Don't belong here. That kind of look. You keep getting it, but then yeah, some at some point you start ignoring it.
Yeah, that's the solution. Probably we have to start facing
Yeah,
it. We cannot like hide away from it, no? So you have to start facing it.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes. Moving ahead, uh, the percentage of women who are having license in India is comparatively very less, especially when it comes to commercial licenses. It's almost like around 1%. So why do you think? What do you think is the reason for that?
Yeah, so right now the number of women who are taking license, I don't know exact data, but like from our own experience, we know that it's increasing drastically. So in the coming years, we can expect that the number of women who take license or start driving on their own, that is going to increase for sure. But the second part of the question about the number of women who are taking this as a profession or who are doing this in a commercial for a commercial purpose, that's like the number is very small. That is also, this has nothing to do with women's ability to drive. This is more about the um, gendered understanding of what is the right kind of right kind of job for a woman, right?
Mm. Yeah.
Like not many people would want their family members to be or women in their family to be drivers. And
Yes.
at least in the case of Kerala, we know that driver is not a word that is not
Associated usually
something,
with women.
has its own stigma.
Yeah.
So I think it will take a lot of time for the commercial part. But apart from that, for personal use, a lot of women, we can expect that in the coming years, many more women would come. The second aspect, I think, that would need a lot more involvement from the government and from the private sectors. Like um, these days, we can see few more women once in a while, they do contact us. Some women do contact us asking for heavy license and all. Like
Oh, okay.
yeah, like at least once a month we meet such women. So that is there, but the number is quite small.
Small.
So I think with some required training given by the government or other organizations, last day a friend of mine, she called. They are into providing such kind of training for women in their industry. So such kind of projects, I think, will help women to take up driving as a profession and to earn like livelihood based on it. Yeah.
What industry exactly are they looking?
I don't know the details of it. Like we just had a like phone call. Like she was asking me if we could give them some training for their. It's a volunteer organization, some kind of that. So they wanted us to give them some kind of training.
Oh,
uh,
okay, understood.
because currently all driving related jobs are like dealt by men in their sector, so they want to
Okay.
include women also. So when even from private sector or even by such organizations, if there is some kind of training from within or
Yeah,
government can also contribute in those kind of things. So
yeah,
once they start making a livelihood out of it, I think it will be helpful
yes.
for many women.
Once the organization start putting effort to diversify their employees,
Hmm.
then probably
Exactly.
yeah, you can make up, you can pull in to train, and then we come into picture. It's nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, see, the kinds Uber and similar other driving related apps or companies. We see many men driving, but not many women go into it. That's primarily because of the stigma and concerns related to safety. Lack
Yes,
of safety is one issue. We cannot
yeah,
deny it.
yes,
So that's a larger issue, and it need to be addressed from multiple perspectives and multiple sides, I guess.
yes, true. But yeah, there are a lot of. I think I've started to see a few women auto drivers also recently, especially in Kochi. At least one or two occasions where I've got a women auto driver. When I was catching an auto, there was a women auto driver. I was also surprised, and I had to like tell myself that you also cannot be that one person staring at a woman. So you you should not probably be doing.
Though the intention is different, the experience that they get might be the same.
Yeah,
Sometimes we'll be staring out of awe.
yeah, you're just like inspired by them. You just admire
Exactly.
them for what they're doing. So it was nice. But my favorite question, coming to our favorite part, what is the dream with Wow? Like, what do you dream of?
See, it doesn't have like I don't have a single answer for it. Like when I started this, when I started it along with my partner, so when we started it, um, we did not have this idea. Like we never knew that we would be accepted widely, or we just thought maybe we'll give her 1 year of 1 year and some money into this, and let's see what's happening. If not, if this is not working, let's see. uh, we were just giving it a shot. Like, I have no background in business. I have no background in entrepreneurship. I've never trained myself in anything similar. Like coming from an academic background, this was completely different for me. A new space. I had to learn from the scratch. So nothing went like planned. But from the first month, the kind of responses that we were getting, it is the only thing that kept us going, and all the responses were overwhelming. It told us that we had to keep going. Uh, it wasn't easy, but we had to keep, like, we were ready to keep going because we were getting good reviews and good responses. And a lot of women who, once they start driving, they would contact us and they would message us, and sometimes they would send us the videos of driving.
Mm.
Sometimes when they go for their first long trip, they would contact us. So
Oh wow.
these little moments of happiness, it kept us going. So little
Mm.
by little, we started expanding, and it is as a part of this journey that we started our next branch in Kozhikode itself. So
Yes,
we are
that was a
currently
recent
looking.
launch.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, so we are currently looking to expand WoW to more areas, and we're also planning to like start bike riding and bullet riding like in a month or two. So
Yes.
those processes are going on. At the end goal is to enhance mobility, to make driving free and accessible for most women. So currently, I think we have taught almost 4,000 students in Kozhikode. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like at this point we feel great. We feel great that this is happening. But we're also, and we have a wonderful team with us, a wonderful team of uh, like enthusiast women with us. So that is, and all of them are quite supportive, and all of them are very much into this project. So we plan to go ahead with this expansion and to do a little more to enhance mobility and to bring more traveling and related mobility related things into this. So immediate goal, like immediate plan is to start bullet training, but a larger goal is to contribute towards mobility because um, see, I feel that mobility is very important.
Course,
Mobility as
yeah.
in leisure travel mostly. Like all of us might be traveling to work or to our houses, but beyond that, we all must be able to move freely whenever we feel like. Yeah, so uh, to be there, I think it's very empowering. So that's
Yes,
what we are
definitely.
looking for.
It's a great initiative. And really, I really like the name that you have given to your resort, Women Own Wheels. That is a wonderful name. I think kudos to you and your
Thank
team
you.
for that idea. It's a wonderful name and abbreviated to wow. It cannot be done any better, I think. It's the best that I've seen in the field. It's really nice.
See, this abbreviation, we had no intention of abbreviating it to WOW. Like initially, what happened is that we had our branding on our vehicles, and putting this entire Women on Wheels is sometimes difficult on the car. So we
Yeah.
made it a smaller version, but we never saw it as WOW. Later, people started identifying ourselves as like with the letters WOW, and then
Mhm.
that's how we added that to our logo. So yeah, that's how this branding went. Right now, we feel that's we also identify ourselves as WW or WAF. Most of our students at the end of their classes, they say that this is like there is some kind of wow factor, and that's not something that we do. Like um, we believe that, or we attempt that students should be able to get that wow feeling after their first drive or once they start driving on their own. So yeah.
Yeah, that's very nice. Very, very thoughtful name, I should say, for the this one startup. It is wonderful. Kudos to
Thank
you
you,
and
thank
your
you.
team for coming up that.
Thank you. Then, like, see, because we never had this, this was not a proper business initiative. We had all the freedom to do whatever we wanted.
Mm.
Like, we could try any creative names, we could try any creative patterns or designs or whatever. Because at the end of the day, for us, we never planned to stick into a specific um, business, any
Format or
design, yeah, format, yeah. We only wanted it to be free, and whenever like we have some designer incoming, we say that do whatever you like. We just want even our workspace, we just want it to be free and happy and a little out of the box, because
yes.
all of us are quite tired of the like traditional ways of learning and teaching and all of that. Yeah. So we'll try things, and if it doesn't work, it's absolutely all right. Like there are
Yeah.
no expectations. So it's like everything happens here in a very easy and free manner, like from our workings to our all other experimentations.
Given that freedom, everybody seems to be doing good at it. So it's a good thing, I think,
Yeah,
giving
yeah.
freedom.
It's easy for us also as founders. It's quite easy for us because most of our teammates, they give their 100%. Like also, it's not always a very professional exchange. It's more like a family and more like a community. Sometimes we go out, we have our own uh, part of enjoyment. So it's a more informal and more happy space that we try to create. So far, it's going well.
Good. No, it's well. It will continue to go well. You've been doing really well in terms of students or in terms of the Instagram page. It's everything is going well as far as I can see it. So
Thank you.
kudos to you and your team once again. And thank you
Yeah,
for
thank you.
joining us. Thank you for opening out to us what WOW is and how it is heading. And thank you so much.
Thank you, Parvati, for the invite. This means a lot to us, and you have been supporting us all the while. I would say your initiative is amazing, amazing, because I have always wanted to do something like this. When I came across this page, I didn't know that it was yours.
Okay.
It's an interesting page, and it's a great initiative. There is a lot of awareness and a lot of learning happening through your page, and I really wish you all the very best for the page and for the
Thank you so
initiative.
much.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Okay, bye.